to the screen.
Which screen?
All this. Maybe you should close everything first and open them all
Okay.
from scratch. From scratch.
Okay, from scratch.
Yes.
So this is assuming I've never logged into IRESS before and it hasn't bothered to keep me a profile. First of all, I would suggest that you go into options, settings, and set yourself up a default workspace. So this is mine. Just click on this and figure out wherever it is you want to save your workspace. So it doesn't really matter. And then tick a couple of these boxes. So you load your default workspace layout on startup. That means that every time you open IRESS, all of the windows will pop up the same way they were the last time. And you do workspace save options, auto save on exit. So obviously that means anything you've got open now will save and open up the next time you open IRESS. So that being the case, a couple of windows that are probably most useful. This little button up here is iOS plus AutoPad, so that opens this window here. I would say that the depth is probably fairly useful. This little button here will open a depth window, so this is where you see your depth. Up to the watch list, so if you can open the watch list, that lets you open this over here, so you can pick whichever watch list you'd like to have displayed. Other than that, there are a few settings that you probably want to set up the first time you use IRESS. So if you go into iOS plus status, and then you go over here into settings. So you want to make sure that enable IRESS plus depth is ticked. You want to make sure that your default order entry form is OTW. Over here in order entry, you want to make sure that your default order match ID is always def. I'd suggest that ticking this is quite useful. It's not mandatory, it's as you like, but I quite like it. In the OTW tab, I would suggest that you tick remember previous order details. And obviously you can read through the others and tick them if you like the sound of them, but that's the way I've got it set up. So you click OK. Other than that, there are a few kind of, you can do configure user defaults off any of the iOS pluses that you've got configured. Again, totally up to you, but you can fill in things like default accounts, default pricing instructions, lifetime, so that when you create an order in OTW, it automatically populates those fields, so you don't have to type them in each time. As I say, optional, don't worry about that too much. Other than that, so let's assume that we are wanting to place an order. So you click on a stock, you click on either the bid or the ask column. You might not necessarily have the same columns that I've got, but it's easy enough to change columns just by doing right click and a column chooser. So you can set up, default column templates for yourself if you ever care that much. So down here in depth, you've got your depth window here if you want to place orders by doing buy and sell. So you click buy, you click sell, you fill in your account details, your security, your destination, and so on and so forth, and you click your buy or your sell button. So this is unfortunately production, so I do not have access to place orders into production. Would you like me to go to test?